Every day, millions wake up with the same nagging feeling deep inside, the slow grind of frustration, the weight of expectations that don't make sense, the pain of watching opportunities slip through fingers like sand. There's a storm brewing right in the chest of every leader, founder, or professional who thought that passion alone would be enough. But passion, raw, wild, untamed, when it becomes your only strategy, it's not just a fire, it's a wildfire out of control, burning everything that once seemed steady. It's exhausting, it's confusing, and worst of all, it leaves you empty, lost in a loop of chasing feelings that flicker and fade before they ever turn into real change. Think about it. How many times has emotion driven a decision that felt right for a moment, but crashed like a wave in the next? That all-consuming energy pushes forward, striving to break the mold, but without anything solid beneath. It's like trying to build a castle on quicksand. The highs are dizzying, but the lows are brutal. The self-doubt, the anxiety, the gnawing question, am I fooling myself? When emotion is all that propels you, the edge soon feels like an abyss instead of a launch pad. But here's the thing nobody tells you. Feelings are not the enemy. They are the spark. The problem comes when that spark blinds you, when it hides the hard truth that action, patience, understanding, and alignment must walk hand in hand with that fire. When emotion rules alone, it betrays. It tricks. It makes vulnerability feel like weakness and persistence feel like pain. It makes us believe that burning bridges or diving headfirst without a plan is courage, when sometimes it's just reckless destruction. For those who lead, who dare, who build the future in whispered dreams and sleepless nights, this truth hits like a punch. You want to rebel against the cold, mechanical grind of the world, the protocols, the systems, the fake comforts. But there's a trap in rebellion without direction. Passion without strategy becomes a playground for chaos. It's a beautiful, tragic dance that leaves brilliance scattered, untouched, misunderstood. So what's the way out? How can the mighty rise without crashing? How can that fire inside not only burn, but also illuminate, forge, and transform? The answer is brutal and beautiful. Balance. But not balance like a tightrope walk where one misstep means collapse. Real balance where emotion fuels intellect, where instinct is sharpened by reflection, where the heart dares and the mind builds. This is the secret the world doesn't want to admit. To transcend, you must do more than feel. You must think, plan, connect, and refine. The liberated individual is not the one who throws caution to the wind, but the one who directs the wind. Start by recognizing the patterns that drive you into chaos. Notice when impulsive passion hijacks your choices, when frustration becomes rash action, when fear morphs into avoidance. Awareness is the first weapon. It doesn't sugarcoat the struggle. It brutalizes the illusion that we're always in control. Real power is understanding what moves you and choosing how to move forward anyway. Next, build a framework around your emotions. This isn't a cage, it's a launch pad. Structure your energy with clear intentions, measurable goals, and reflection points. Stop confusing movement for progress. Being busy with feelings is not the same as being productive with purpose. Create guardrails that allow the wildfire of emotion to feed focus, and soon the chaos becomes clarity. This shift alone can change the trajectory of your entire journey. Then, surround yourself with the rare few, the ones who don't just applaud your highs, but challenge your lows. It's easy to fall into echo chambers, where emotion is worshipped as truth, but growth demands contradiction, testing, and rigorous honesty. Seek allies who complement your fire with steadiness, skeptics who provoke deeper thinking, and collaborators who illuminate blind spots. The rare connection between these diverse forces is where true transformation happens. Isolation breeds misunderstanding. Alignment breeds power. Patience will feel like a betrayal at first. The instinct is to rush, to solve, to fix everything now. But the greatest creators know the long game is ruthless. They don't just chase the next emotion or the next trend, they cultivate endurance. They understand that real change is slow, layered, and often invisible in the moment. Learning to lean into this slow burn to find strength in persistence instead of impatience, separates the transient from the timeless. Rewrite your story not as a victim of emotion, but as its master. This means unlearning the myths drilled into every system that promise easy answers or quick fixes. It's not about comfort, convenience, or compliance. It's about owning your will as the sharpest tool in your arsenal, the power to question everything, reject borrowed truths, and carve out space for your unique vision. Your strategy is the bridge that channels your fire into creation, not destruction. Above all, don't pretend to be anyone else's version of success. The world's rulebook is a worn-out costume that suffocates the soul. True leaders don't just break molds, they make new ones. This means courage to stand alone, to burn bright even when misunderstood, to embrace the strange and the rare instead of chasing mass appeal. Your edge is your strength. Nurture it, protect it, build with it. It's time to stop mistaking chaos for creativity, emotion for wisdom. Fire without shape consumes, while fire with form ignites. Harness this balance, and suddenly every setback, every frustration, every moment of doubt becomes fuel for the mission that's uniquely yours. When emotion becomes part of a larger strategy, it's no longer a wild, dangerous flame. It's a beacon that leads you through uncertainty to your true potential. This isn't for the faint-hearted. It's for those who refuse to settle, who are done with the shallow comforts of distraction and instant gratification. It's for the few who know deep down that their life's work is bigger than the noise, bigger than the pain, bigger than the fleeting highs or lows. This is your invitation to rise above the pull of raw feeling and step into the power of disciplined passion. Feel the fire, but don't let it burn you down. Build the roadmap that carries your heat across the rough terrain. Seek out those rare sparks who will ignite your mission instead of diluting it. Take the long, difficult path of patience and resilience, because only with this fierce, unshakable balance can the rare become the revolutionary, the isolated become the unstoppable. Here's the truth. The world doesn't need another founder running on feeling alone. It's starving for fearless creators who wield their emotion like a sword, sharp and precise, cutting through the illusions the system feeds us daily. Break free from the myth that emotion is enough. Addiction to feeling leads nowhere. But the addiction to becoming, to mastering the fire within, to building legacy from the volatile heat, that's freedom. That's power. That's what changes everything. So, what happens when emotion is your only strategy? You burn, you crash, you fade. But what happens when emotion becomes part of a higher plan? You become the rare force the world forgot it needed. You move from chaos to creation. You don't just survive the storm, you shape it. You don't just follow the fire, you become the fire itself, guiding others out of the darkness and into the uncharted possibilities of what's next. Don't waste another second running from this truth. Own your fire, build your strategy, find your tribe, and master the long game. The few who dare to do this will not only remake their lives, they will remake the world. And it starts right now with the choice to look beyond feelings and step into relentless, transformative power. Stay with that. The future is already waiting.